This morning, a new CNN K-File investigation reveals that Donald Trump once said that a president under felony indictment would, quote, create a constitutional crisis. Trump made the comments back in 2016 when he was running against Hillary Clinton for the White House and before he became the first former president ever indicted on federal charges.
We could very well have a sitting president under felony indictment and ultimately a criminal trial. It would grind government to a halt. If she were to win, it would create an unprecedented constitutional crisis that would cripple the operations of our government. She is likely to be under investigation for many years, and also it will probably end up, in my opinion, in a criminal trial. I mean, you take a look. Who knows? But it certainly looks that way.
Of course, now finds himself in that exact situation. He was charged with 37 federal counts for allegedly mishandling classified documents after leaving office. He pleaded not guilty. And this morning, former Vice President and presidential candidate Mike Pence admits he called then Arizona Governor Doug Ducey after the 2020 election, but claims there was, quote, no pressure from Trump to ask for Ducey's help in overturning the election results. CNN previously reported Trump repeatedly pushed Pence to help find evidence of voter fraud and stop the certification of Biden's win. CNN's Kristen Holmes joins us now. Once again, a former president, former vice president, and two current presidential candidates face questions about the last election, Kristen.
That's right, John. So here's what we knew. We did know that former President Trump had talked to then Arizona Governor Doug Ducey. That was made clear to us. Doug Ducey had confirmed that at the time. We learned over the weekend from sources who learned about this from Ducey himself that privately he said that Trump had pressured him to find results of fraud or evidence of fraud to overturn the results of the 2020 election. We also learned from sources that Pence had called Ducey on multiple occasions to talk about the 2020 election. We were told by sources close to Pence that there was no pressure involved in that he was trying to see if there was any evidence of voter fraud so that he could then report it out to President Trump. Take a listen to what Pence said about these calls.
I did check in with not only Governor Ducey, but other governors in states that were going through the legal process of reviewing their election results, but there was no pressure involved. Margaret, I was calling to get an update. I passed along that information to the president, and it was no more, no less than that.
And John, as we know, and we've reported this multiple times, and it was very public at the time, former President Trump was putting an enormous amount of pressure on then Vice President Pence to try to find any indication of fraud to overturn the 2020 election results. And I do want to know one thing. Obviously, we know about this other call to the Georgia Secretary of State, Raffensperger. That was recorded. This call with the Arizona governor was not recorded at the time. Raffensperger has met with Jack Smith, the special counsel investigating Trump's actions around the 2020 election. He has not reached out to Doug Ducey about their interaction. John?
Important to note that. Kristen Holmes, thank you so much for that reporting.